Hi, I'm Robert Lee Camp, author of Cards of Your Destiny and Love Cards, and this is our first lesson in the Spiritual Relationship series. And the topic for this first lesson is attraction. So I want to kind of spell out a couple of basically truths about attraction. Now, there is no truth that's ultimately true in every single case, but this has been my experience for sure. And I think if you look, it's probably been your experience as well. So we have this image in our mind from the media and everything that if we're attracted to somebody, that's a good sign, and that's a reason to have a relationship, and it's probably a good person. And women who are more intuitive than men in general, they tend to know when they see a guy. They feel into the chemistry and they sense it. They don't think about this. They just know it. They sense it. If you get a chance to watch When Harry Met Sally, the movie, they have these little interviews with old couples that have been married for 30, 40, 50 years. It's very cute. And they talk about when they first met, how they knew that they were the right one for each other. And in most cases that works, but in today's age, we're attracted to people for a much different reason, because we are evolving as a race. We're evolving out of an egocentric place of living into a more spiritual place, one more in harmony with ourselves. So what I find now is that we're always attracted to the people with whom we will be shown things that we cannot see in ourselves. So imagine that you're seeking to know more about yourself. You may not be conscious of this. You may not be aware that this is your motive. But you want to see all of yourself, and you want to be able to love all of yourself. So you'll attract somebody who mirrors back to you things about yourself that you cannot see on your own, until you begin to see everything about yourself. Once we start to really embrace and acknowledge and love and take in all that we are, then we tend to attract people that there's not an issue that comes up. But in many cases, and I think in most cases, the person that we're most attracted to is the one that is going to show us things about ourselves that we have ignored or we're avoiding. And for this reason, we can get really real pointy towards them. We can blame them a lot for what we're seeing. You know, relationship is the hardest area to not blame. I mean, we do blaming every day in our life in different ways, but when it comes to the person that we're in love with or living with, it gets way, way more intense. Okay? So I'm going to tell you right now that the whole spiritual path in relationships is about not blaming and about looking at what's going on. So we have an old saying in the order of the Magi: if you can't see it in yourself, you will marry it. You will marry somebody who reflects what you cannot see in yourself. And they're not doing it on purpose, by the way. It's just what they do. They just do what they do, and you react to what they do. And that's a mirror for you to look at. And that's the real secret behind attraction. That's what's really going on. And literally, the people that you're most attracted to, the ones that really have a strong impact on you, like a deep falling in love and getting yourself hurt like immensely, those are the people that have the keys to the most hidden things within yourself that you need to look at and acknowledge. And if you've had a relationship where you're really highly attracted and you ended up seeing that in the end you were so blamey and so against them, just remember this. These are people that were brought to you by the universe to help you see what you need to see about yourself. Here's one more key about attraction. When you get the books like Love Cards and you see the connections and you think, well, look, I can find the person with the best connections to me, really harmonious and really perfect. But you may find, as most people do, that that's not who they're attracted to. You cannot control, this is like a principle, we cannot control who we are attracted to. You just will have it or you don't for somebody. That's how it works. Now, you can learn to love somebody for sure, but if there's no attraction there in the beginning, you won't even make the move to get closer to them. So this whole thing about attraction, if you really look at it, it's an unconscious thing that's happening to you. You're attracting to you the people that are there to show you yourself. Now, if you reject them later, like most people do, they reject people, close the door, put them in a small box, throw a label on them, call them this and that, and have nothing to do with it anymore. You have just closed off to something in yourself. And we're going to talk about this in more great detail in some other lessons here. But I just want to give you this idea about attraction, what's really going on there. It's a highly spiritual process that's happening. And it's an opportunity. When you're attracted to somebody, it's an opportunity. So my philosophy, after sort of realizing this, was go for the person that you're the most attracted to and go 100% all the way for it. Go for what you really, really love. If you're not, you're going to regret it later, and you're going to wish that you had picked the person that you really felt that way about. Hope this has been helpful. We're about wrapping this one up, but we'll be back with more lessons very soon. Thank you for watching.